Hello Aries, this is your love and relationship reading for December 2018. We're at the end of the year for 2019. So let's see what's going on. I'm cutting the cards. Okay, your first card is going to be a Queen of Swords. You have the shadow side. You have a Ten of Pentacles. I have a Six of Wands. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. I have an Ace of Cups. Five of Swords. And then an Eight of Pentacles. Very interesting mix of cards here. And you only have one major arcana card, that's the shadow side. And the card in the center is the Seven of Cups. And in this particular spread, when I look at the card in the center, I kind of look at the card in the center usually tells me what is the underlying issue here. So with the shadow side, which is a major arcana card, which gives me the dominant theme or the lesson or the journey for this particular month as far as your relationship. The shadow side is usually about dysfunction. The shadow side is about addiction, but definitely all the things that usually happen in a dysfunctional relationship. Someone who's abusive, someone who's taking advantage of you. Sometimes it's about being in love with someone and being afraid of breaking away. You're powerless with this particular person. And it can mean the energy of the other person or the partner, ill will. As I said, sometimes in extreme cases, abusive behavior. But on the low end of the spectrum, the shadow side sort of speaks to a type of relationship where it's dysfunctional. You make up, break up over and over again. And it can also mean unable to break the bondage. And you know, we can be so in love with someone, it's inconceivable for us to walk away. And that's the dominant message I'm getting here when I see the shadow side, that some of you Aries people are in relationships where you go through the same issues over and over again with someone. They keep breaking your heart, they keep letting you down, but at the same time it's still very difficult to walk away. So yeah, the shadow side is about being afraid, but because it's not reversed, the shadow side is about being able to eventually break away from the relationship, facing your fears, confronting evil, winning your freedom. And so that's the struggle. And these first three cards are the past influences, okay? And these are the influences of the month of December. I also see this Queen of Swords, who could be for some of you Aries people, this Queen of Swords could represent your partner, but you know, obviously not everyone has a partner who's an air sign. But the Queen of Swords does have the energy of a person who is wise, very intelligent, because queens are the passive energy, meaning they're more internal. They address thoughts and feelings. They address the relationships. Kings are more active. They're about action and making decisions. So I kind of feel that this Queen of Swords next to the shadow side is about some of you Aries people connected to someone who might be a little judgmental, not always emotionally accessible in the relationship. It feels as if the shadow side represents you needing that person to be there for you, but they never do. There seems to be a wall between you and that person. So this Ten of Pentacles kind of tells me that this is about the family life, the relationship. This Ten of Pentacles is about prosperity and happiness, happy family. You know, everything is good at home. But it feels as if this energy is affecting the home life, the dating life, the relationship life. It could even be affecting, for some of you who are married, relationships with your children. So I'm also getting a sense of family issues as well. Dysfunction within the family. Definitely could be something with husband and wife. So those are the things that are influencing your relationship for the month of December. When we get here, what the month of December, what's going to be unfolding after the first three cards is the Six of Wands, which is fire, and of course you're a fire sign, Aries. But then there's this overwhelming water energy, being emotionally, some emotional obstacles here. Now, this Seven of Cups is in the center of your spread. This Seven of Cups is about making an emotional choice. You have to choose wisely. You have to make the right decision. And I feel like it's possible. Some of you do want to break away and stop feeding into the negative patterns of the relationship, but you don't feel strong enough. But look at what follows after this Seven of Cups. You have an Eight of Cups. And this Eight of Cups is all about letting go and setting boundaries. Okay. And I would dare say for some of you Aries, because of course this can play out in thousands of different ways for all the thousands of different Aries with different astrological makeups and romantic profiles and astrological charts. I dare say, Aries, this could be about you being victorious and standing up for yourself and finally making the decisions that you need to for your own emotional happiness. Because as I said, the past influences are showing that you're not really happy. This person, you've been attached to this person and you keep waiting for this person to come through for you, but they never do. And so this Seven of Cups is in the center of the spread as if to say to you, Aries, now is the time. This is not, you know, you have your fire, you have your intent to really be happy in a relationship and to find love. And so this Seven of Cups is coming to you because it's sort of saying the decision is now. You cannot continue being unhappy about the situation. And some of you could be dealing with partners who have lied to you. They've, you know, suspicious behavior. So the shadow side can address all of these negative patterns, negative behaviors that your partner's indulging in. And the Seven of Cups is in the center of your spread as if to tell you, the oracle is telling you, you can't go on this way. It's time to make a difficult emotional choice. So if nothing else, Aries, the Seven of Cups and the shadow side together are sort of like a boiling point for you, you know, because when you have heat and water, yeah, there's a boiling point. It feels as if your emotions are going to be coming under pressure. Your love for this person, you know, your feelings for this person they're going to come to a boiling point because you feel in your heart that things aren't quite right. So as I said, this will play out in different ways with this Eight of Cups, because of course the Eight of Cups is about letting go, taking space for yourself, being brave enough to make the decision that you need to move on. And it can also be just about settling the past and putting the past behind you. Doesn't necessarily mean you're walking away from someone, but it also means emotional resolution and just being done with it. Just saying, I've had enough of this back and forth. I've had enough of you letting me down, you not trusting me. So it's interesting when we cross that boundary, when we leave and we trust ourselves. Then in your future, as you head to the end of December, what's going to happen afterwards? This energy of the Ace of Cups, this new love, this new beginning. And for some of you Aries, as I said, this could mean some of you meeting someone new. It can also mean reconciliation. Maybe some of you were in a rebound relationship and someone decided, I want to go back. Keep in mind, this is resolution. Sometimes this can mean putting the past behind you, but it can also mean leaving something else and moving towards something new as well. So this Ace of Cups is special, of course, because it can mean falling in love, but it can also mean a couple that reunites, their relationship goes to the next level, making up, saying I'm sorry. And then what follows here is this Five of Swords. And then the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this Five of Swords is interesting because it does mean being rejected. Sometimes it can mean a battle or a conflict. But it's usually winning or losing a battle. And sometimes it can mean you were tricked. But when I look at this, it's between the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about getting to work and solving a problem. And so what I'm seeing here in the future is, for you Aries, a lot of a brave emotional decision coming up for some of you guys. No backing down. And when we see here in the future, taking a risk in love, because there seems to be a little bit of disappointment here, this Ace of Cups, and it could be someone wanting to come back to you as well. But I do see an attempt at a new beginning, falling in love with someone, but it's not as simple as it seems. Maybe there's rejection, maybe things don't start off as well as you would hope. But then this Eight of Pentacles comes around. Follow up like, okay, this didn't work out. How can we solve the problem? How can we, and it can also mean you looking at the problem, this relationship, the issues with the relationship, the trust issues. So after this disappointment or conflict or rejection or even an argument, we have the Eight of Pentacles here to think and learn the lesson from what happened, and where do we go from here. Okay, so what I am seeing for you Aries people is going through a struggle, breaking away, making emotional decisions for yourself, tough emotional decisions about the relationship, an attempt to work it out. Okay, win some, lose some with this Five of Swords, but you're learning from this struggle or this current conflict, and you're going to figure things out. You have clarity, you're looking at the problem. It also means productivity and being productive and getting to work, okay, and being able to focus. And that's a good thing, because sometimes a lot of this water energy in a relationship, it kind of gets you, sometimes you're not thinking, you rely on your emotions too much, and sometimes you do need to look at the practical, realistic aspects of the relationship. This is who this person is. This person, and this Five of Swords could even mean someone hurting you because of your love for them. But it can also mean that there's an attempt to work things out, still a little bit of a struggle or argument or conflict. And then Eight of Pentacles, I'm kind of seeing like, let me think about this, let's see if we can work it out, but it's about being practical. You made your emotional choices, but now it's time to not use the energy of the heart, it's time to use the energy of the head, dealing with this conflict and this power struggle with this particular person. And it could very well be that the energy of this Queen of Swords, she's the one bringing these swords along. She's the one bringing judgment, sometimes mistrust, sometimes swords are about being a little bit paranoid, being defensive. And you might just want to be able to have a happy relationship with this person, but they're still defensive. They're still putting up boundaries. And so this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like in the future, you're going to make some hard emotional choices here, but in the future, it feels as if some of you are really going to start practically looking at this relationship and backing up your emotional decisions here, setting your boundaries, and, you know, kind of deciding. I kind of feel like for some of you, I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of going through this with this person, always putting up boundaries. I'm open emotionally. I want to make this relationship work, but this person is too fearful, paranoid, insecure. They keep going back and forth. They keep taking advantage of me. And so this energy of the Eight of Pentacles is definitely a good thing, because it can mean a work in progress. It means that this is simply an obstacle that you need to work through with this person. And I kind of feel like for some of you, your partners don't want you to leave. This could be you leaving, you know, making an emotional decision like, I need space, I need to walk away. And then this Ace of Cups, like this your partner is coming to you, or ex-partner, please don't leave, I want to work things out. You know, try to see my side of it. And so they bring that struggle, they try to pull you back in. That's another way of looking at that Five of Swords. So I'm now pulling your outcome card, and you have a Page of Pentacles. And that Page of Pentacles is all about studying and looking at problems, and pages are beginners as well. So definitely this sense of you getting back to square one, especially with that Ace of Cups. For some of you, this story is playing out where you get back together with someone or go back to someone, try to work it out. But you have more of that Pentacles energy to like stop and like, okay, I'm going to take this very slowly right now before I give my heart back to you. Okay, so that's overall what I'm seeing for the month of December. And I just want to give you guys a heads up. In another week, I will be having your 2019 yearly predictions. And you might, at the end of this video, you might want to click on your 2018 predictions, Aries, and see how close I came to reading what was coming up in store for you. A couple of people have mentioned that. So before you look at 2019 next week, pull up 2018 for all of you new subscribers, and, you know, check out what I kind of saw coming for you in 2018, and compare notes, if you will. I'd be very interested to see how 2018 played out for you. So please leave a comment in this video if you wish, or when you look at 2019. Once again, thank you so much. And it's the holiday season, So I hope you guys are staying safe. You're with people you love, that you're connected to your source of love. Love yourself, of course. And I will definitely see you next month. So Happy New Year in advance. See you in January.